Alright, I'm going to show you here, guys, how I make guitar t-shirts. These are pretty wild. I'm going to walk through it with you. Now, normally we soak down the t-shirts when they're out of the box, and most people know that who do tie-dyes out there. If you don't do tie-dyes, you have to wet the shirt down a little bit to make it pliable, because dry shirts are too hard to fold. And dye doesn't go into a dry t-shirt very easily. So we wet it down and it makes it pliable, it makes it fold easier, and it makes the dye go in a little easier. So that being said, and we've soaked this shirt down with a proper amount of the standard soda ash, which is pH lifter, which will lift the pH of the water in the cloth up, okay? And that is going to activate the dye better later after we dye it, because this white piece is going to be dyed. So, this is the way we do it. This is how I folded the shirt in half, laid out the arms, pulled back the fabric, made a nice clean crisp line from front to back. It'll open in a fan. Here is the guitar head. You can do anything else if you like. Of course, you can get creative. This is the way I do the guitar. Here we go. You see, I folded it. I start up at the top. I work down. I turn. I pinch. I squeeze. I go down like a train track. Driving down the track. Can't go back. Don't give me no flack. Get off my back. All that. Okay, so I bring that around. And I take this around. Pardon my elbow. My armpit. Okay. And I've tied that up. Kind of difficult to hold together sometimes, so I'm sure not to lift it up off the table too much. It might help holding it down. I make it look easy, I'm told. I have strong hands. But you have to keep it down flat. It's got to be guided. A couple different rubber bands in the world. Different kinds and sizes. Different purposes. General purposes. Anyway, here we go. See, we're getting there. How that's tied up. I have the centerpiece of the guitar. I pull it tight. Yes, these are all hand tied. So as you can imagine, it's a pain in the ass. Of course. But that's what it's all about, folks. I use rubber bands. Not everybody does use rubber bands. Oftentimes, people use string. They call it sinew or or some string, you know. It's like a wax-coated string, and you can pull it tight. But basically, the general purpose of having it tight is to tourniquet, tomato, squeeze that sucker tight. So we take these little pieces and we squeeze them with our little tiny fingers down in leprechaun land, and then we get the right rubber band and wrap a nice little tourniquet around. This rubber band is a little big, but I reuse my rubber bands. So there you go. I've tied that little piece off. It's tourniqueted so that when I color it, the dye doesn't migrate onto this side. It's like a bridge and a barrier, something to keep segregation. Because, as we know, color just does not get along. I have another video about that. Relating to color and how people should understand it better, but oh well, that's the way color is. And dye, you have to keep dye off of other dye because it has to be controlled, because you put down a yellow or something and then you can put down a blue and get an unexpected green, or the black dye can migrate and make a green haze or a blue haze. Lots of different things. So we stick with the standard rotation. There we got a little man. Isn't that cute? That's what the guitar might look like when you're all tied up. It takes a certain degree of skill and time to tie each one, as you will see as we go, because there's no real faking it in life, you know? It either is or is not. And it can be taken much farther than anyone care to. This is the way we're doing this one right now. It's a guitar. And we have the sleeves. We have the option to do something on them, but that is the guitar in and of itself. And as soon as I'm ready, I'll dye it up for you. See you in a bit.